What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for tuning back in. As always, my name is Omer, and today we are going to be reviewing this phenomenal frog rod. This is the 7'3" extra heavy X-Pride B. So let's talk about this X-Pride line real quick. So this is the second version or iteration of the X-Pride line. This is the B. Before they had the A models, and then in 2022 they came out with the B models. Now I've had a bunch of different models. In the casting lineup, I still have the 6'10" medium. Phenomenal jerkbait topwater rod, the 7'2" medium heavy, most versatile out of all of them. The 7'2" heavy, which I'm realizing now is a little bit of a sleeper rod. I have this 7'3" extra heavy in the spinning line. I had the 6'10" medium light, I had the 7' light, and I had 7'2" medium light. So can't tell, I'm pretty well versed with the X-Pride line as far as the new lineup goes. I've actually sold a good amount of them just so I can upgrade to some of my P5s and NRX models. But honestly, guys, the X-Pride line is probably, if not the best sub 300 rod line you could go for. I mean, hands down, bang for your buck. I know it sounds cliche, you'll hear it everywhere across YouTube. Everyone's gonna say the same thing, but it's because it's true. Honestly, guys, for the value, I mean, you're getting for around $270, $280. I mean, they even expanded the line now. You're getting, obviously that monocoque hand butt section over here. Obviously, you're getting the Fuji reel seat. You got the spiral X-wrap on the blank here. You get your Fuji guides. Super, super durable rod. I mean, nothing is really gonna break this. I've been through a lot with this rod. I don't know if you can tell on the handle. I kind of had to clean it up, but this is after cleaning it up a little bit. But no, guys, this is my frogging rod, 100%. And this also serves as a really good like secondary if you need like in a pinch, like a punching rod. It's a really nice shorter punching rod. I have punched with this into thick mats with like 1 ounce, 1.5 ounce weights. It definitely does the job really well. So let's talk about what I really use this rod for. Obviously this is my frogging rod. I really don't see myself upgrading anytime soon. This really gets the job done for me. You don't really need the most sensitive rod when you're fishing frogs. Obviously it's more of a visual bite. But man, this rod, it's got the extra beef, especially when you're, in the thick mats and pads. When you really want to wrench those fish out of there, this will get them out of the slop, no problem. This also serves as a pretty good punching rod. In a pinch, I really have like a super, super long punching rod. I don't really like longer rods like in the 7 foot. I know the X-Pride line, they have like the 7'11" extra heavy that people like. That's not me. For now, I guess. I like shorter rods. The 7'3" is kind of like my wheelhouse as far as, those type of applications go. So, it's really nice to be able to frog with this and then real quick just tie a texture rig on, just go punch and mats and stuff with it too. Super versatile in that way. So let's go through some of the specs on here real quick. So obviously it is an extra heavy, so you're not gonna be throwing super light things on it. Lure rating on here is gonna be 5/8 to 2 ounces, 14 to 30 pound line. Obviously 7'3". Honestly, guys, this rod, it's kind of true. I mean, I wouldn't really throw anything really light on this rod. I think it's gonna struggle a little bit with like, if you're frogging, for example, lighter frogs. Like right here, I have the Jackal Kyara frog. Love this frog. I mean, I throw this when I'm, fishing like really pressured bodies of water, like ponds and stuff, but it just doesn't load up on the rod. Like this tip section, if you can't tell, I don't know if you can see here, it's really fast. I mean, it's got some bend to it. It's definitely nice. It has, if you put the right weight on it, it'll load up, but it gets into the backbone really quick, like right here. Yeah, that's not even moving. I'm putting a good amount of pressure on this thing. It's just solid backbone, like at least, halfway up the rod, if not more, depending on what weights you're throwing on it. I think its sweet spot, obviously, is anything above that 1/2 ounce to ounce lure rating. Some other applications you could use on this rod are gonna be like your heavier single hook swim baits, so kind of like like your single hook or beast hook mag draft freestyles. Anything with a single hook that's within that 5/8 to 2 ounce lure rating. So as far as reels I paired it with, so I've basically only had it with the Curado 150 MGL, and honestly, guys, I love this reel. I feel like it's only gotten better with time, but when the new Curado came out, the 200, I just kind of wanted to try it out, and man, this thing feels nice. I haven't got any line on it, I just got it. I'll have to do a review later on, maybe later in the year after I get some time on the water with it and compare with the 150. I will tell you it is a little bit bigger than 150, so if you're a guy that likes smaller profile reels in your hand, this is definitely gonna be more in your wheelhouse. This feels good in the hand. Let's just put it on the rod real quick. Balance-wise, right above the lock nut. I don't know if you guys can see that, but obviously this has no line on it yet, but it's pretty well balanced, I'd say. You know, this is a 200 size reel, so it's gonna feel a little bit heavier than that 150 I'm used to. Probably gonna pair it up. I had it with 65 pound braid, but what I realized was that this rod, because of how much power it has, it's just brute force, right? So you're wrenching these fish out of thick cover, and I don't know, for me, when I have like such a heavy stick with such heavy line, like 65 pound line, I don't really need that. I've noticed a lot of times that I'm ripping giant holes in fish sometimes, and I have a pretty good hook set, I'd say. So I don't know, for me, I think it would be better if I went down to 50 pound lines of 65. I'll probably experiment with that a little bit throughout the season, but yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna go with for now. But yeah, guys, I mean, this rod, you cannot go wrong with. The only thing I would say, and it's not really a big thing, the hook keeper is okay. I'm not really a fan of the hook keepers on these X-Prides. I wish they were a little bit bigger. I do like the placement of them. I don't like when hook keepers are on the top. I feel like your line is more prone to getting stuck. So I always add the Fuji line keepers over here, hook keepers, Fuji hook keepers at the bottom over here. But yeah, guys, that's basically all I have to say about this rod. Really nothing but good stuff to say. Overall, do I recommend it? 100%. This is the ultimate frogging rod in that sub 300 range. You can put it up against a lot of actually higher end rods, you know, in the $400 or $500 range, and it'll stack up with those guys. But anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this review. I know a lot of people are really interested in this rod. I've been reading around. People had a lot of questions on the rod. Again, don't throw the smaller frogs on it. You're not gonna have a good time with it. Throw something a little bit heavier, at least in that 1/2 ounce plus range, and you'll have a good time. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks again.